Hey, I'm trying to work in more W type videos, even if they're just once a week. So if you enjoy the positive stories, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below. I do 5 to 6 videos a day. Now, this may go down as the shortest attempt to take what is not yours in history. As an absolute king, ex-Marine disarms a little moron, and his 2 friends run away with their tails between their legs. A classic moment that restores faith in humanity. Now, of course, weirdos are debating this like, oh, look, he did it and he didn't have a pew-pew, and that's why nobody needs one. Yeah, the guy is a specially trained ex-Marine or current Marine. It's a little different than Joe Schmo, but in this video, 3 little punks attempt to take something that isn't theirs, wind up eating a Marine's fist instead. Few things are more satisfying than watching punks or other hooligans get their comeuppance. Cameras are everywhere, so it makes for great content. This is via Brodigan over on Louder with Crowder, and I've got a couple other sources and quotes from this King Marine as well. That goes double for no goodniks who have a weapon, and the person they are attempting to mess with has hands and or no Fs to give. And then we go back to the grandma who took down a thug too, but hold on. Welcome to convenience store in Arizona. I think this was in Yuma, where 3 little punks met Big Bad Marine and learned the words Semper Fi the hard way. I believe this is about 4 in the morning, 4 a.m. And it's absolute. I'm just going to play it. I hope that, it doesn't get claimed or whatever. But you can see here, he's talking to the clerk, obviously, just holding onto his bag of probably Mountain Dew and Doritos or whatever. Look at this dude. Guy walks in, points at him, doesn't even flinch. Doesn't even flinch. Right? Look at that. Doesn't even flinch. Bam. Disarms him. Takes it. The other 2 run away immediately. Absolute awesome. What makes this great content is Sergeant Hands didn't even flinch. The dude looked like he was picking up a Sixer and a Snickers bar. He was mid-conversation when the attempt happened. Sergeant Hands assessed the threat and immediately went into action. Here's a dramatic reenactment. Sergeant Hands, yeah, these F Joe Biden chants are hysterical. I read about them on louderwithcrowder.com website. Thug 1, give me your money. Sergeant Hands, how about I give you D's nuts instead? Thug 1, I want my mommy. The threats were dealt with, and or should I say threats. The first guy wasn't much of one, and the other 2 were quick to run off like little babies. Sergeant Hands was most likely, went back to his conversation with the dude behind the counter, who was lucky he wore his brown pants that day. Actually, what happened was he detained the guy until cops arrived. He didn't just handle the situation. He stayed behind and waited for PD to arrive, so the guy got arrested. Absolute Chad. Here's local news coverage of it. According to the surveillance video feed, 3 people tried to enter the store with their faces covered. One of them was armed. A customer who later told officials he served in the United States Marine Corps immediately stepped towards the suspects and disarmed the person while the other 2 suspects fled. The YCSO says the Marine was able to keep the suspect detained until deputies arrived. The suspects were taken to Yuma County Juvenile Justice Center and booked on the correct charges. The Marine Corps taught me not to mess around. I'm guessing he didn't say mess. The customer reportedly told deputies when asked how he was able to gain control of the situation. The other 2 suspects seen in the video are still at large. No one was injured. Well, certainly, this dude deserves our thumbs up and gratification. I happen to know, Meta. I'm trying to work with maybe Meta PCs to get the guys something because they're out in Arizona too, and they're veteran run. But sometimes you just want to stop and be happy that awesome people still exist. I mean, even this one, Grandma takes down a purse punching, snatching punk, leaving him. Here you have fierce grandma chases and tackles bag snatcher to the ground. You see back here, it happens, right? I let it get, look at this. Like, stealing his bag. Look at this granny. Look at this granny. She's making up. She's got great closing speed. Bam! Ha! Takedown. That's what happens when you want to commit a crime. You probably shouldn't wear sandals. Absolute. And she got her bag back, too. The people that do this kind of stuff are cowards. They rolled out a view of security cameras, so I'm not entirely sure how the world's worst mugger managed to get himself handled. We just saw the grandma get up on her own accord, grab her purse, and walk off, probably muttering the words, I'm not going to say that, as she walked away with her bag, as the loser got in his car and drove away. This jackwagon eventually parked his car under a streetlight to surveil old ladies walking by themselves and got himself handled by an old broad. Then drove away in clear view of a security camera because, again, he parked his getaway car under a streetlight. If you could harness this Nimrod stupidity, you could probably cure the coof. I want to see him caught. I want to see, again, prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I don't want any more of these, like, it is, I will tell you this. I think most people would say you're better off just stepping aside, right? That Marine put himself in harm's way for a complete stranger to protect money or goods that he didn't own. I don't think you could have disrespected him in the least if he just stepped aside and walked away. Same with this old lady. But there's something to the human spirit, and I think that this is on all levels type of thing, like all humankind, where eventually somebody says enough is enough, and I'm not going to be taken advantage of, and I'm not going to be put in this situation. Obviously, huge shout out to that Marine in Yuma, as well as to this old granny. This video back from February 21st. I absolutely love when I can bring you all a good story. I hope you enjoyed it. By the way, if you're in the market for a new computer, even if you're not a gamer and you want to shop with a veteran-owned company, how about check out this offer for Meta PCs? Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Meta PCs. Now, I know you're not going to run out and quick buy a brand new computer just because I ran this ad, but what I would hope is that you'll keep Meta PCs in mind for a variety of reasons and use my promo code TheQuartering to save big at checkout. Look, Meta PCs offers custom configurations. It has insane parts availability. They're one of the few people I see out there with the brand new NVIDIA 3090 in stock and shipping. When you buy from them, they offer you build photos as they work along. When you receive your PC, it's ready to go out of the box. It's 100% US-based sales and support. And one of my favorite things, it's a veteran-owned business. Meta PCs is veteran-owned. One of Meta's owners has served in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in the Meta Operations Center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. Meta PCs also offers financing. Head on over to MetaPC at metapcs.com. Use code TheQuartering at checkout to save money and support my content. If nothing else, go configure a PC, build a little wish list, and when you're ready, remember to use code TheQuartering at checkout at MetaPCs. I know I'll be getting myself a brand new one before the end of the year. Check out metapcs.com.